Some footballers light up the pitch with their talent. Others touch hearts with their story. Adriano did both. With his powerful left foot, imposing presence, and unforgettable goals, he marked an era. But his true story is one where glory and tragedy walk hand in hand. This is the rise and fall of the emperor, from the favelas to the world stage. Adriano Leite Ribeiro was born in 1982 in the impoverished neighborhoods of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He grew up surrounded by poverty, crime, and struggle. But from a young age, one thing set him apart: his raw talent for football. Playing barefoot in the streets, Adriano's powerful left foot and imposing physique began to shine. His dream was clear: to become a professional footballer and lift his family out of hardship. Adriano's professional career began with Flamengo, one of Brazil's most prestigious clubs. At just 17, he was promoted to the first team in 1999. His performances were explosive, showcasing his strength, speed, and deadly left foot. It didn't take long for scouts across Europe to take notice. He was quickly labeled as the new Ronaldo, a future global superstar. In 2001, at the age of 19, Adriano signed with Italian giants Inter Milan. However, adapting to a new continent, culture, and footballing style wasn't easy. To develop further, Inter loaned him out, first to Fiorentina and then to Parma, where he would find his breakthrough. After struggling to secure regular playing time at Inter, Adriano was transferred to Parma in 2002 to continue his development. This move turned out to be a crucial turning point in his career. At Parma, he finally had the chance to showcase his true potential, and he shone brightly. He quickly became a key figure in the starting lineup during his first season. Paired up front with Adrian Mutu, the duo formed a lethal partnership. Adriano's sheer power and Mutu's technical finesse complemented each other perfectly, turning Parma's attack into one of the most feared in Serie A. During his time at the club, Adriano scored 23 goals in 37 matches. But it wasn't just the numbers that impressed, it was the way he scored them. Thunderous, long-range strikes, aerial dominance, and unstoppable strength in one-on-one situations made him a nightmare for defenders. To perform this well in such a tactical and physically demanding league like Serie A, and at such a young age, made him one of Europe's most talked-about strikers. Especially in the first half of the 2003 to 2004 season, Adriano delivered a series of outstanding performances. Inter took notice. He was no longer just a promising talent, he was a fully formed star. The Milan Giants acted quickly and brought him back mid-season with a significant transfer fee. His time at Parma was a period of growth, transformation, and the true birth of a star. It was here that Adriano evolved into the forward everyone in Brazil and Europe had been waiting for. A dominant force ready to take the world by storm. When Adriano returned to Inter in 2004, he was no longer the same player who had left. The 2 years he spent at Parma had not only strengthened him physically, but also shaped him mentally. The raw talent of his youth had matured into a confident and powerful striker, and his return sparked an explosion. At the start of the 2004 to 2005 season, Adriano delivered a string of outstanding performances across Serie A, Coppa Italia, and the Champions League. His immense physical presence, thunderous left foot, and dominance in the air made him nearly impossible to defend. Fans quickly fell in love with him. They gave him a new nickname, L'Imperatore, the Emperor. It wasn't just a name. It reflected the authority and charisma he displayed on the pitch. Adriano scored 28 goals during the 2004 to 2005 season, marking the most prolific period of his career. His crucial goals in the Champions League helped Inter gain attention across Europe. In the 2005 to 2006 season, he continued his strong form and played a vital role in Inter's Coppa Italia victory and consistent performances in the league. But this period was not only defined by his success on the field. Off the pitch, tragedy struck. The death of his father deeply affected him. This emotional blow slowly began to cast a shadow over his personal life and professional discipline. Still, between 2004 and 2006, Adriano remained one of the most feared strikers in Europe. His goals, his physical dominance, and the energy he brought to Inter made him one of the defining stars of the era. These years were the peak of his footballing powers, a time when Adriano truly ruled the game like an emperor. In 2006, Adriano faced a devastating personal tragedy, the death of his father. The man who had been his guide, protector, and biggest supporter was gone. Adriano spiraled into depression. Despite efforts from Inter to help him recover, including counseling and extended breaks, Adriano struggled to regain his form. His lifestyle off the pitch deteriorated. Late nights, alcohol, and rumors of partying filled the headlines. On the field, his performances were inconsistent. Inter eventually sent him back to Brazil to recover, but he never fully bounced back while in Europe. Adriano returned to Flamengo in 2008, his boyhood club and safe haven. Away from the spotlight of European football, he found joy and motivation again. Flamengo embraced him as a returning hero. In 2009, he delivered one of the best seasons of his career. He scored 19 goals in 30 matches, becoming the top scorer of the Brazilian Serie A, and led Flamengo to their first national title in 17 years. He was instrumental, a powerful, emotional leader on and off the pitch. This comeback earned him a spot back in the national team and reignited hope for a return to Europe. Adriano even spoke publicly about overcoming depression, dedicating the title to his late father. Adriano signed with AS Roma in 2010, hoping to rekindle his European career. However, he arrived overweight and struggled with injuries. He made just 5 appearances and failed to score a single goal. In 2011, he returned to Brazil with Corinthians. But similar problems followed: lack of fitness, injuries, and limited appearances. His contract was terminated in less than a year. After several years out of the spotlight, Adriano made a brief return in 2014 with Atlético Paranaense, but played only a couple of games. In 2016, he signed with Miami United in the US, more as a symbolic move than a competitive one. He scored a few goals, but his playing days were clearly behind him. Adriano officially retired in 2016. Adriano's national team career was short, yet spectacular. Between 2000 and 2010, he earned 48 caps and scored 27 goals for Brazil. His most iconic moment came at the 2004 Copa America, where he carried a young Brazil squad to the title. scoring dramatic last-minute goals and stunning long-range efforts. In 2005, he was once again the star of the FIFA Confederations Cup, scoring 5 goals, including a brace in the final against Argentina. He won the Golden Boot and Golden Ball as the tournament's top player. In the 2006 FIFA World Cup, he played alongside Ronaldinho, Kaká, and Ronaldo, but Brazil underperformed and were eliminated in the quarterfinals. Though his international career was short-lived, Adriano left his mark as a big-game player who delivered when it mattered. Today, Adriano leads a quiet life away from the media. He occasionally gives interviews speaking openly about his struggles with depression and the pain of losing his father. Despite the ups and downs, Adriano remains beloved in Brazil, a symbol of immense talent, vulnerability, and humanity. His story is one of glory and heartbreak, the rise and fall of the emperor.